Afternoon, everybody. Great afternoon, besties. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday. This is like one of our most favorite days of the week because we get to come and hang out with you guys for at least 15 minutes every Wednesday. So I am Dean Kathy, and hey, bestie, Dr. Carmel is here with
Hey,
me.
bestie, how are you doing on your
I am
special day
awesome.
today?
What's today, girl? It's a national holiday.
Of course it is. It's your birthday.
Woo!
Yes, happy
Thank
birthday.
you. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I've been appreciating all the love I've been getting this morning. Like phone ringing like earlier than I wanted it to, but I still appreciated the calls and the best wishes and all of that good stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So as you can see, it is just me and Dr. Carmel today. So we're y'all know we still gonna do make it do what it do, and so we're gonna go into the coach this scenario. So hold on, y'all. So the two who normally does this part for us, neither one of them are here today. But we wish them the best out there. Y'all stay cool while we having these crazy hot weather. So yeah. All right. So today, what we're talking about. Oops, that's a birthday call. I had to call him back. That's my brother, y'all. So, but anyway, so we're talking about the elder in the church who is one of the main givers, right?
Mhm.
And so the clash is the giver donor versus the leadership team. So what we imagine that the situation is. So we're trying to figure this out. I'm telling you, normally I'll be the one to just respond.
Mhm.
So what we figured out in our own little minds, right, Dr. Carmel,
Yes.
that they have a giver in the church that's been there for a while and is a major um, donor that really, and I don't even like to say donor when you're talking about a ministry, but a major, giver, right? And so let me tell y'all something about givers. They're not going to give unless they believe in the mission or the project or the person, right? And so this person has given a whole lot of money to the ministry, and leadership or the ministry is getting ready to, I guess, go in a new direction. And the the giver is comment was or says, I've invested too much for us to change direction. So, a lot of people don't like change. And so we've got to coach this, right? I'm just trying to see. Yep. So, Dr. Carmel, I'm going to let you go first because I got plenty to say.
Yes, yeah. But not but with me as a giver, and you are so right about that gift, because if we don't believe in the mission, we don't trust the mission, we don't trust the people who are in leadership to do what they said they're gonna do with
Hmm.
whatever it is, because we want to support, we want to give, we want to help, in
Right.
any way we can, but with that money, if coming from the spiritual side of it, there's a balance also that comes with
Hmm.
that. But some people may not be quite there, but they're like, look, you're gonna have to show me some receipts before I hand over this money. you
Yeah,
know
okay.
but um but as far as that goes, I think for me, what would help as a giver, if I understood like clarity in the mission, like I understand we're going in a different direction, and how will this impact, or how will this change, or will this change drastically from what you said before, or what you said you were going to do before. Like,
Hmm.
it goes back to integrity. Also, that's a big thing. Honesty, righteousness,
Yes.
those things. So those are big things for me, accountability, all of those things. And so as long as the new mission or the new way of going and doing things align with that, then
Hmm.
I hold tight, and still support, But some people are like, nah, y'all changing directions. This ain't what you said. I'm pulling out,
That's right.
So yeah.
Girl, that's good. That's good. So that's a level head. Let me tell you, that's a level headed giver. That's because of those other gifts that you have, like the teacher who gonna like, okay, look, lay everything out for me and make it clear, make it plain and everything. Because see, you can have givers who are like, who are just imbalanced. You know, they're out of balance with that thing, and they'll just give. They don't care. They just want to, you know, if it sounds good, and you make them feel a part. You know, so there is a lot of influential or manipulation stuff that could happen that'll just keep a giver giving, right?
Yes.
So that's the one who, even though their mind may tell them, you know, let me find out, get all the details, because givers, they do like to know where their money is going, right?
Mhm.
So I'm just going to say a classic giver, yes, they will they will give until they can't give no more. You know what I'm saying? They would, every bucket have to run out. They don't clear it out every sock drawer. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
would give until they can give no more. Um, and sometimes that can be a problem, you know, for a giver, right?
Right.
And it was something in particular I was going to say. Oh, and so, but with the giver, they do tend to want to, in this scenario, they tend to want to give instructions on what, you know, tell you where the money ought to go. Right,
Mhm.
they'll give, and if you outside of ministry, even if somebody, if you ask to borrow some money from a giver, they're going to want to tell, they'll say yes, or if they're going to help you, they're going to want to tell you how you need to, you know,
Mm.
maneuver that money, how to spend it, you know, and just different things regardless of how you may be feeling. And so some people get offended, like, you know, with the givers when they do that, but you have to understand that's part of how they are wired. They don't mean any harm by it or anything. So, but yeah, but a classic giver will give. And if they have some other type of gift in there, like as a teacher or whatever, they're gonna have to make it clear on why they're changing or switching directions, what they are getting ready to, you know, with to do with the budget.
Yeah.
Most givers are going to be part of the accounting or the what you call
And
it? What's the little
financial,
community finance? Yeah,
yeah, financial
finance
planning,
team at the church
yeah,
and everything.
fundraising. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're gonna want they're gonna want to know, you know, where the money is going, and then if they don't agree, yeah, you might have a problem with your biggest donor. So, and some people may, some pastors, some other you know, church leadership may feel a way about that, you know, like, well, we shouldn't care about, you know, if this person pull out. But yeah, you know, we already know what bottom lines are for people. So yeah, is this was a little different. And when you're talking about funding influence versus the mission direction, and
Mhm.
because for a giver and a teacher, and what other gift, I think is just cut and dry. You know, for
Administration.
me as an exhorter, I'm like, if it makes sense, let's just go with it. You know what I'm saying? But it does have to make sense. As a perceiver, you know, I'm gonna be trying to figure out any funny business. You know, our antennas and our spidey senses are gonna be going off, or you know, either in either direction. Like, this is a great opportunity, or be like, nah, this not good. So hopefully that there's a great member leadership team that's put together that is well rounded with the gifts, and that everybody can talk that out and make great decisions together inside of this particular financial influence versus mission clarity, right?
Mhm.
And so, yes. So, any other gifts I was trying to think of, like the teacher, they don't care as long as you take care of the business, right? But it's got to make sense. It's got to be, you know, tell me A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then, you know, all the rest should fall in line with what
Mhm.
you plan to do with the money.
Mhm.
Um, who else we got? Compassion, as long as it's helping people. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. The money can still, you know, they would, that's the point they would come from, is
Yeah.
as talking to the giver, like who don't want to continue to give. Well, it's helping people. I can hear compassion now. It as servers, it's helping people, you know, it's feeding people, it's clothing people. So they're gonna get into it from an emotional standpoint. And
Yeah.
so, but it is good to have all of those on your team.
Mhm.
right? So you can literally have a well balanced uh, leadership team as well as plan, right?
Yeah.
And you'll be able to hear from every type of person that's in your ministry, right?
Mhm.
Did that
Yeah.
make sense?
It made a lot of sense. Exactly. Because it's like, I love what you said with the server, the giver, and how they can balance that teacher, and even the compassion. They can
Yes.
balance that teacher administrator that's just cut and dry.
Yeah.
It can balance all of that. And it can also, like the balance giver, can help the kind of unbalanced giver that's leading with more compassion. That can help them say, well, this is what the plan is, this is how it changed, but
Hmm.
the main thing is still the main thing.
That's it.
And there's like the perceiver, there's no funny business going on. The perceiver can come in and say, look, these are the receipts, this is it, this is how, and then the exhorter, this is how we're going to get it done.
Right.
So
And
it
you're
takes
right. You
a lot
better say that, girl. Like that perceiver gonna be like, look, y'all wasting time. Look, it makes sense. It don't make sense. You know what I'm
of.
saying? That's what they want to know. Make sense, don't make sense.
Mhm.
And let's just plan this thing out and let's keep it moving. And
Yes.
so, and that's a combination of the administrator, the perceiver, and the exhorter. Those are my top
Mhm.
three gifts.
Mhm.
And but still with that, with the exhorter leading, I still have that love for people. So,
Mhm.
we're not gonna not want to, continue on, or because of whatever's going on with that giver who may not want to continue to give. We're gonna figure it out. Well, if that is pulled away, let's figure out some other kind of way. We can cut here, we can balance this out right here, we can see about, we're gonna make a plan and then we're going for it.
Yeah. The
Right? Because we won't let not one monkey stop us from growing.
Yes, honey. The pivot. The pivot.
The pivot is real, baby.
Mhm.
The pivot is real. And so, yeah, so guys, look, I don't know how to do all this little fancy stuff that they would be doing by putting up the words up on the screen
Yeah.
to tell you to take the gift assess or to take the gift course. But I'm telling you right now, bestiefinder.net/gifts course. And that's GIFTS course,
Mm.
right? It will make the difference. It makes all the difference in every situation that you have going on,
It
whether
does.
it's in your home, on your job, and especially in your ministry,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I love about it, right? You can take these gifts going everywhere because it
Mm.
is who you authentically are, and wherever you go, they go.
Exactly. In all interactions, whether it's at a restaurant or with it's everywhere. It's
Yeah,
you. It's who
it's
you
you,
are.
exactly, and it's who you're gonna meet.
Yes.
The gifts are who you're gonna meet.
Mhm.
When you go out there, the gifts are who you're going to meet. That's going to be the person that's serving you, the person that's giving you the finger, on
I
the
know.
on the
I
road
know.
rage. You
Whether
know what
it's
I'm saying?
balanced or imbalanced, that's what that's
That's
yeah.
going to speak and be friendly, the one who's going to ignore you. You know what I'm saying? These are our gifts in operation. They may be in a bad mood, but still, you can tell by how people respond. I can anyway. A lot of people who are understanding the gifts, and as a gift coach, I
Yeah.
can still see through all of that what's
Mhm.
going on with that person,
Yeah.
right? Because each gift responds differently. So, but for our givers, honey, yes, they do like to control where their money is going sometimes. But when they see a well written out plan and budget, they are okay, right, with
Mhm.
what has
Oh
to
yeah.
happen. So, all you have to do, if this is a scenario that you can resonate with, just sit down with the giver, explain, give them all the background, all the future forward stuff, and make it plain, make it clear to them, and they will be just fine because they, in the end, they still want to give.
That's it.
In the end,
That's
they
it.
still want to give.
Mhm.
So you guys, bestiefinder.net/gifts course, take the gift assessment, you will take the gift assessment, and then you will have all the courses that comes along with it. I'm telling you, you probably can finish it in one day.
Yeah.
But I would say just let it run its course. Take 5 days, and do 2 gifts at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the gifts and you have the challenge areas. So, yes, it's amazing. It is definitely going to make a difference in your life. And when people are constantly telling you to, oh, discover who you are, but they don't tell you how, or you think you know who you are because you are lying or you are red,
Mm.
that you still walking around here saying, I don't know who I am. I
Right.
don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. This right here, it really taps into how you were made or how you are made.
Mm.
And it unleashes, unlock, and release you to be just who you have been created to be. All
Mm.
right. So, girl, we did it. It's a little over 15 minutes, but that's okay.
Mhm.
I think this is amazing. Thank you, Dr. Comer, for being here. Thank you, Bestie.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
so, all you besties out there, stay cool, and we will see you all next week. Same time, same channel.